São Paulo, the most popular city in Brazil, a place where people love motorsports. We are at the José Carlos Passe circuit, known worldwide as Interlagos, with its 4,309 meters and 11 turns run counterclockwise. But most important for us, Interlagos is home of Porsche Cup Brasil. Its headquarters are just 5 kilometers away, and today 45 drivers will be competing in the first race of the third round of the Porsche Cup C6 Bank Mastercard 2022. First, 24 drivers will hit the track in the Carrera Cup, and then 21 will battle for the checkered flag in the Sprint Challenge. Earlier today, in very hard track conditions, Christian Hum set the pole position for Carrera Cup, followed by Pedro Aguiar and current leader championship leader Marcel Miller. Later on, Caio Castro set the best time in Sprint Challenge, but his lap was later disallowed. So Marcelo Tomassoni will start on pole ahead of Nelson Marcondes and Daniel Correia. And we're going to watch both races with Mr. Jolago and Gustavo Faldon. Hey Gustavo, welcome.
Good afternoon, Sergio. Good afternoon to all racing fans around the world watching us. We have a big crowd here in Interlagos. The public came to watch the races today and also tomorrow. And as we are seeing differently from the qualifying session, we might have a little bit of a drier track. Let's see if the drivers, how will they handle it, because it's not completely dry. But the idea is that as long as we are moving down in the races, the track will dry itself. You see there's already a dry lane on the main straight, but we can't expect any rain for today, so we might have a good weather without any rain for the races today, Sergio.
Yes, we are expecting great racing, and we saw the public, Gustavo, during the qualifying sessions, and now we have 3, 4, 10 times more than that. As you said, it's really nice to see so many people coming to Interlagos to watch both races, and we know that these races are very competitive. First the Carrera Cup, 25 minutes plus 1 lap, and then Sprint Challenge, 25 minutes plus 1 lap. We saw in the Sprint Challenge, Gustavo, Caio Castro making an awesome time, but there was a protest and his time was disallowed. So we'll see him starting from 10th. He went last of the 10 drivers who were battling for in the Super Pole. But it will be interesting because if he has a fast car, Gustavo, he will be one of the drivers who will be advancing during the race, and we know he can be very, very aggressive.
Yeah, and he was riding really well here at Interlagos in mixed conditions. Let's hear Renato.
Estavam destacando bem, né, a questão do público, e é realmente muito emocionante ver a arquibancada cheia. Enquanto estava acontecendo a visitação de box, ainda tinha muita gente na arquibancada. Eu falei, nossa, tem gente mesmo aqui. Então eu queria aproveitar para agradecer vocês que estão na arquibancada, que vão assistir depois, e vocês que estão aí, que têm vontade de vir aqui. Obrigada pela presença, é muito legal ter vocês junto com a gente. Vale destacar também que eu estou pertinho aqui da reta, que já dá para ver que a pista realmente está bem mais seca, então já vai ser um cenário totalmente diferente do que a gente teve para o quali. É isso aí, tô por aqui para trazer todas as informações para vocês.
Yeah, Renata is saying that the audience, there's a lot of fans here gathered today for the races, and also she mentioned that the track is a lot drier than it was in the qualifying, and we're probably gonna have dry weather conditions for the track in both races, Sergio.
Yes, that will be very interesting indeed. And for the Carrera Cup race, we have in the pole position, we have Christian Hahn, who is second in the championship, and current championship leader Marcel Miller will start in third. So that brings also this battle, because the difference between both drivers is just 4 points after 4 races. and we'll have 2 races this weekend, one now and then the other one on Sunday. So it will be very interesting, and starting on second position we will have Pedro Aguiar with car number 20, who is currently 6th in the championship. There we see one of the hospitality suites there. You see lots of people going in the hospitality suites to watch the race, and it's a very nice place to be as well, Gustavo. Even though, at the people watching, it's lots of people inside and outside that you can see.
Yeah, and Interlagos is the home of motorsport here in Brazil. It's the most prestigious circuit, the most renowned circuit around the world. The drivers love it. São Paulo is a very, very, very big city, the most popular city in the country, and it has a lot of millions of racing fans here. So Porsche Cup, it's basically in his hometown here at Interlagos. You see there almost no available seats, Sergio. So we almost have a full capacity here in Interlagos on the track, and you see there the cars already making their way to start the race. Or are we seeing old footage from the qualifying? I'm not sure, but even so, the Porsche Cup is a big success here in Brazil, and especially obviously in Interlagos.
Yes, this is Christian Hahn, who set the pole position, and I believe that's an image from before the fast. Yeah, he's going fast there to cross the start-finishing line, and now we have here Christian Hahn. That was after qualifying, after he got the pole position, and that's when he was being congratulated for his excellent time. He's coming as a strong challenger for the championship, Gustavo, this year.
Yeah, and he's second in the standings in the Carrera Cup with 68 points. He just did his first pole position, so you better watch out for him, Sergio, because we know that the Carrera Cup title, we always have some renowned contenders, and I think you have to put Christian Hahn between them.
And that was Caio Castro, who set the best time for the sprint challenge, but there was a challenge from one of the competitors, and the organization agreed that the other competitor was right, and then they took away his best lap. So he will start 10th in the second race today. So it will be kind of interesting, Gustavo, to see what happens to Caio Castro, as I said. And, Marcelo Tomassoni, this way, will start in first. The complaint against him was made by Raijan Mascarello, number 80, who leads the championship in the sprint challenge. We have live images now. This is Miguel Paludo, Mr. Rick Brandt, the owner of Brandt, who sponsors Miguel Paludo. Miguel Paludo, who in 3 weeks, he will be racing for NASCAR Xfinity Series. He'll be racing in Road America in the first weekend of July. It will be his second race this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and he's currently 4th in the championship with 54 points. The problem for Miguel Paludo was one of the races he had, he spun and lost ground there. It was the second race.
Dinossauros!
There it is, Sergio. We have dinosaurs. That's probably a marketing campaign because Renan Pizzi, who is writing a livery based on Jurassic World Dominion, the movie, and he owns a Jurassic Park themed burger restaurant. So that's why we have our friends there, the T-Rex and the Velociraptor, on the track waving goodbye to our cameras and the public. What an image.
Yeah, that's cool. What I was saying, just to correct Gustavo, Miguel Paludo, he didn't finish the second race at Velocità. So that's a race where he spun and he was not able to finish. Really cool, the dinosaur, you know, it's very, very interesting. And Porsche Cup, it does lots of events, you know, that help attract the public. And that's why the public more and more goes to the track to watch Porsche Cup in person. Besides these cars, well, a Porsche is a Porsche, right? But these 992 cars are really something, you know, and people want to see them in action, of course. One important thing also, Gustavo, that we said during qualifying, that they will have the ABS brakes again this race, right? Because at Velocità, the cars were without the ABS brakes, but now they have it back. Something that will certainly add to the drivers. They will be able to be more aggressive in their braking.
Yeah, and one thing we can notice, Sergio, is that the track seems pretty dry there. So you see there on the main straight, almost the track, the asphalt is not very humid. So let's see how the drivers will handle it, because it seems like the track, at least in the main straight, is pretty dry. But we know that in the middle sector, usually the water stays a little bit there for a little bit longer with puddles and etc.
Yeah, it will be interesting when we see cars side by side, you know, that they might face different track conditions because part is wet, part is dry. Miguel, let's listen to Renata.
Com o coach, com o engenheiro. E aí eu queria saber o que você está preparando para essa etapa, como é que está sendo essa temporada para você?
Bom, a temporada tem sido boa, né? Eu tenho 3 segundos lugares, 2 terceiros lugares, 1 segundo lugar e infelizmente uma etapa sem pontos que nos custou um pouco, mas o campeonato ainda tem bastante coisa para acontecer e hoje não é diferente. As condições do quali eram novas, nunca andamos com esse carro na chuva, então foi um aprendizado, faltou um pouquinho. E agora é tentar achar o melhor acerto para ir para a prova e tentar avançar aqui no grid e ver o maior número de pontos, com certeza. Sempre pensando na vitória, mas ao mesmo tempo sempre pensando no campeonato.
Sempre. Acho que desde quando eu entrevisto o Miguel aqui, a estratégia é sempre a mesma, pensando no campeonato, pontuar, certo?
É isso aí, esse é o nosso objetivo. Eu sinto que ainda falta um cliquezinho a mais para a gente estar fazendo poles, como a gente gostaria e fizemos em outras gerações de carros, mas isso, o automobilismo é um aprendizado e ele tem que ser conquistado. Então pode ter certeza que a gente está debruçado aqui, olhando os nossos dados e focado no nosso time, no que a gente precisa melhorar para poder subir no degrau mais alto.
Obrigada, Miguel. Foca ali, ó. Sandro, mostra ali. Olha o quanto eles estão analisando os dados no computador. Realmente aqui, ainda no grid, faltando pouco para a corrida, o trabalho não para, sempre um trabalho em equipe. É isso aí, Ivan.
Yeah, and Miguel Paludo saying that the season has been good for him. Unfortunately, in the last race, didn't get any points. That cost him a little bit. But he said that the championship still has a lot to go through. And today was a learning process to driving this car in the rain for the first time. And he said that he's going to try to get the maximum, the most positions he can, because he always thinks about the championship. And he said that he still feels like there's a click missing for him to get pole position, because so far, Sergio, Miguel Paludo is one of the greatest drivers of all time in the Porsche Cup, and he hasn't had any pole positions or any race wins so far this season. So let's see if he can have a better luck today.
Yeah, it's very unusual for him to start a season like that. But as he said, he's not doing bad. You know, the problem was really the second race at Velocità, where he spun his car, and that really hurt him in the championship. But he'll have to discard 2 results. So as long as he stays having good results, he'll be able to do that. There you see. The photograph on the left was Denner Pires, Renata.
Ganhamos a última, estamos todo empolgado. Lógico, com descarte nós estamos líder do campeonato, então estamos carregando 50 quilos para equalizar no campeonato. então é uma dificuldade, mas está meio molhadinha. Hoje a classificação foi na chuva, a gente não acertou o melhor acerto. E vamos buscar a vitória, lógico. Agora já achamos o caminho, só seguir o mesmo roteiro.
Obrigada. Ivan?
Yeah, and also Feldman is saying that he's very excited. He has a 50 kilos BOP because with the discarding of the two worst results, he's leading the championship. He said that he didn't have his best setup in the rain in the qualifying, but he'll try to go for the win here today, Sergio.
Yes, he's very happy. He got a victory in the second race at Velocitar. Enzo Elias, he won the first race at Velocitar. It was the second round, the first race of the second round. And he might be very frustrated at this point, even though he looks happy, Gustavo, because he was fastest on Friday practice. But today he got only the 11th best time. He didn't even go to the Super Pole. So we know Enzo Elias is a very young, fast driver. He has victory in his curriculum. And that's a driver we'll have to pay attention because he has a car and skills to be better than 11th. So we will have to really be looking at him, what he does in the beginning of the race, Gustavo, to save his car and be able to improve his result overall at the end of the race.
Yeah, and Interlagos is a track that allows a lot of overtaking opportunities, especially down at the braking point on turn 1, because it's a very long straight here. And you have also the Reta Oposta, which is a very, very long straight after turn 3. So there is always overtaking opportunities here, Sergio. So starting in front obviously is important, but it's not that crucial because there's 25 minutes plus 1 lap here and anything can happen.
Yes, let's wait. The cars are already getting ready for the start. Drivers are not there yet, but we see that the track, a lot less people on the track, and we are getting close to the race. Let's not forget, after this race, right after this race, we'll have race 1 for this weekend for the Sprint Challenge. And tomorrow, starting at 11:40 a.m., we start transmission for the second round this weekend, the second races this weekend for both Carrera Cup and Sprint Challenge. So stay tuned here because this is just we'll finish this weekend, Gustavo, the first half of the season because it's 6 rounds with 2 races each round. And we also have the Endurance Championship, but no race yet has happened for the Endurance Championship. So far, that's the 3rd race only for the Sprint Race Championship. There you see the car number 29 of Rodrigo Melo. Rodrigo Melo is going to start 15th. And we see the public there. It's really, really a nice public. It's really awesome.
Yeah, and even though, Sergio, because it's a rainy day, it's a cloudy day, it's a cold day for our Brazilian standards, but even with that, the public came, and I bet that if tomorrow it's a sunny day and sunshine is there, the public will also be here because people love racing here in Interlagos, and Porsche Cup racing always satisfies the public.
Enzo Elias, a gente conversou um pouco antes do quali.
Renata.
Você tinha lógico, um plano para o quali não saiu muito bem do jeito que você imaginava. Como é que você está entrando com a cabeça agora para a primeira corrida, não tendo participado do Top 10?
Então, não é uma situação muito fácil, principalmente por conta do campeonato, a gente já vinha em recuperação, mas essas coisas acontecem quando você anda no limite. Eu estava buscando a pole position, era só o que eu pensava, e a gente estava num ritmo muito forte, muito consistente para isso. Eu acabei cometendo um erro e erros acontecem aqui nesse meio. Então eu passei essas últimas 3 horas aí tentando baixar um pouco a poeira, baixar um pouquinho a adrenalina, me recolocar no lugar. A gente sabe que tem um carro muito bom, um ritmo muito forte. A pista não está a melhor condição do mundo, porque está meio molhado, meio seco. E é um trabalho duro pela frente, mas nada que a gente não tenha enfrentado antes, né? E, bom, vou para cima, eu vou buscar o melhor resultado que eu puder.
Obrigada, Enzo. Boa corrida para você. Ivan?
Yeah, and Enzo Elias saying it's not an easy situation because he was driving on the edge there on the qualifying, ended up making a mistake and stayed outside the top 10, didn't advance to Q2. And said that he spent the last 3 hours trying to settle the dust a little bit down. He knows he's got a good car. He knows he's got a good pace, and it's a very tough job, but nothing that he's not used to doing.
Yes, that was really not good for him, but I'm sure he'll be able to recuperate. He's a driver who is used to stay ahead, and that to be interesting. I'm looking forward for this race, Gustavo, which is important because it will also leave a driver ahead on this after the first half of the championship. Of course, it's today and tomorrow, but it's very important the way you start the second half of the championship. It's important for your state of mind. And we have Marcel Miller in a very good position, Christian Hunt starting first, Alceu Feldman, who is coming from a victory, and as he mentioned, discarding the 2 results, he would be the leader today, Miguel Paludo, and then Enzo Elias. These top 5 drivers are really, I would say, Gustavo, that any of them can win the championship.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Sergio. And there's still a lot of races to go down in the championship, also international races, and we have to remember that the drivers' 2 worst results are discarded for championship purposes. So anything can happen. And also, Sergio, I'd like to thank everybody who is watching with us here on Porsche Cup Brazil YouTube channel, watching our transmission here. So a lot of people on the comment session here. So we wish you all, we thank you all, and we wish you a very good race, a very eventful race that we're gonna have here in a few minutes.
Yes, I make mine your words, Gustavo. And we have, like you said, 5 minutes to so the cars hit the track, and we are very close. That's time to leave for the whoever is not a driver to start leaving the track. Conditions will not be easy, but all these drivers, they know exactly what they're doing. 24 cars will hit the track. We have a very nice field this year with the 992 cars. Many drivers who last year were in the sprint challenge are racing now with the 992, and that will set us up for a very interesting race in Interlagos. Hello and welcome back to Interlagos. We are back with images from this racy track in Brazil. These are images from before. Cars are already set to start the first race this weekend in Interlagos. First round of the Porsche Cup was in Goiânia. Then we went to Mogi Guaçu to Velocitar, and now we are in this beautiful circuit of Interlagos, Interlake, with 4,309 meters. It's called Autódromo José Carlos Passe. For whoever doesn't know, Carlos Passe was one of the great drivers of Brazil. He was in Formula One and he died tragically in an airplane accident. We are watching the cars already aligned, and we're going to watch this race with me, Sergio Lago, and Gustavo Faldon. Gustavo Faldon always ready now for the start of the race.
Yeah, Sergio, 1 minute left, so the cars can go on a formation lap, and then we are ready to roll 25 minutes plus 1 lap here at Interlagos. As we are seeing there, the track is really a little bit dry, but let's see in the middle sector if there is going to be a lot of water or not, because it can be some tricky conditions there, Sergio.
Exactly. We will remember you. Christian Ham will start pole position. Renata.
Porque eu já estou aqui, eu tive que liberar o grid e o nosso câmera está embaixo. Mas eu estou por aqui para trazer todas as informações para vocês. Ainda bem que a chuva parou, a pista está bem mais seca e vamos de velocidade.
Let's see the starting grid. She pretty much said that all is set for the race. Christian Ham pole position, Pedro Aguiar first row. Then in the second row we'll have Marçal Miller and Miguel Paludo, third and fourth best. Alceu Feldman and Lineu Pires right behind them. Then in seventh we have Renan Pizzi, in eighth Nelson Monteiro. Closing the top 10 we'll have Roman Zinkiewicz and Leo Sanchez. Then starting in the sixth row we have Enzo Elias, and then at his side João Barbosa. Behind them we will have Marcelo Ram and Bruno Campos. Then in the eighth row it's Rodrigo Melo and Francisco Horta. 17th in the start will be Lucas Salles, at his side Gustavo Farah. Then in the 10th row together, Edu Guedes and Edu Menossi, side by side the two Edus. And then Franco Giafone and Werner Neugebauer, another driver have to pay attention, he's coming from behind, Werner Neugebauer. And then Paulo Souza and Jorge Frangulis. Jorge Frangulis also, who usually is in the middle of the pack, sometimes ahead, is starting from the back. That's another driver, Gustavo Faldon, that will have to pay lots of attention. So, meaning some very good drivers are starting from the back, and that will bring us lots of action.
Yeah, lots of action are expected, especially because Interlagos is a track that allows the drivers to do a lot of overtaking here. So let's see how will they behave at the braking point at turn 1.
There you see some onboard images. Safety car is already ahead of them with the lights are out. Number 26, the pole position, Christian Ham. 20 is Pedro Aguiar. 544 is Marçal Miller. Number 7 is Miguel Paludo. Number 1, Alceu Feldman. Number 888, it's Lineu Pires. And we're starting the race. Green flag. Already a battle for the third position. Look at that, Marçal Miller and Miguel Paludo side by side. Marçal Miller keeps the third position. Miguel Paludo is right behind him. Great battle for third. Christian Ham went easy on first position. Pedro Aguiar is second, a little bit behind. Great start of the race. Alceu Feldman is right behind, is in fifth position. There you see, and then we have a battle for seventh position with Renan Pizzi right now trying to get 7th position. A great start. Gustavo Faldon, the cars were not aligned. They started in one line because of the track conditions, but we had a good battle for third that Marcel Miller ended up keeping the pole position. And there we see already number 87 advancing, which is Nelson Monteiro. Nelson Monteiro working there. He started in 8th.
Yeah, clean start, Sergio, and Christian Hunt really started really well there. He just went ahead without any problems at turn 1. Pedro Aguiar following him, and Marcel Miller there, and Miguel Paluda just did a very good and clean battle. And the middle of the pack there is very crowded, Sergio.
Yeah, the drivers don't want to lose time there. There you see Nelson Monteiro, and look, number 73. It's Enzo Elias. He's already getting positions there. Enzo Elias is clearly advancing after starting in 11th. He's already in 8th place, and now he's going after Lineu Pires. Oh, problems! And who was that in exact at the S of Senna? Let's identify there whose car was that. They have there Alceu Feldman, then Renan Pizzi.
Enzo Elias just overtook Lineu Pires as well, so he's now running 7th.
I see him, exactly, Enzo Elias, and he's going after Renan Pizzi. Let's see what happened there. Oh, too bad for Leonardo Sanchez, Leo Sanchez, and he was almost hit by Nelson Monteiro. Exactly. Nelson Monteiro had to work hard to avoid the contact with Leo Sanchez. Look at that. Oh, at the end he did a touch on Leo Sanchez, but it was inevitable, I believe, Gustavo.
Yeah, you couldn't avoid there, but I think that they're both still on the track, but unfortunately especially for Leo Sanchez, his race is basically over because he's right there at the end of the pack.
Yeah, receiver Neugebauer. Yeah, Neugebauer is already advancing a lot. Neugebauer started in 22nd, and he's already way ahead. He got, let me check how many positions he got, but he definitely, I think he's in 17th or 16th.
17th.
17th. So he got many positions already, Werner Neugebauer. He's doing a great work. That's another driver that we're not used to see that far behind, and is advancing Werner Neugebauer. And behind there we see the car from Leo Sanchez trying to recoup. Oh, Leo Sanchez again! Leo Sanchez, he was coming very aggressive, Gustavo, trying to recuperate the positions he lost, and he ended up making his situation worse.
Yeah, what a day for Leo Sanchez. Now he has a lot of ground to recover, and basically impossible with 18 minutes left here in race 1. And Christian Hunt just cruising there in first position, Sergio. He had his last lap was the fastest overall, as you see there, 136.617. So Christian Hunt, without being threatened by Pedro Aguiar so far, just cruising in first position.
Then we have Pedro Aguiar in second, and Marcel Miller is trying to get closer to Pedro Aguiar. Miguel Paludo is not being able to keep the pace. He is in fourth, but he's way behind Marcel Miller. There is already a huge difference between the two of them. It's around 1 second and a half, and then in fifth we have Alceu Feldman. There you see the battle again, Nelson Monteiro trying to get positions. Nelson Monteiro, number 87. Here he is. He's behind João Barbosa. That's a good battle going on there. Look, Nelson Monteiro trying to find a gap there to go. And there you see best lap so far, as you said. Enzo Elias, no, actually Enzo Elias, wow. Enzo Elias.
136.297. Enzo Elias is flying. He started in 11th. He always shows some really great pace during the races, Sergio. Unfortunately, he had a bad luck in the first round where he had a puncture, and now here he didn't get well in qualifying, but he always has pace. It's incredible.
Drive-through for car number 87, so they decided against Nelson Monteiro for that touch he had on Leo Sanchez. I don't know, Gustavo. I had the impression he couldn't do anything. But anyway, that's the decision. So you have to make a drive-through, and certainly that will not be good for him.
Yeah, we see there again. Yeah. Maybe he tried to force a window and there wasn't a window, but in Leo Sanchez there, his race is basically over with these two incidents. But let's see. And Sergio, look there, Nelson Monteiro there.
He's overtaking João Barbosa. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he has to serve that drive-through penalty. What I was going to mention is that if these positions hold with Christian Hahn winning and Marcel Miller finishing third, they will stay tied for the championship lead, both with 90 points. So can you imagine that?
Yes. And
without
tomorrow,
any of these cards, yeah.
Exactly. And tomorrow they start, because tomorrow there will be the inversion of the grid, right? There will be a draw after this race, and we'll find out who will start in pole. But for sure, if they finish first and third, they will not start ahead tomorrow. Marcel Miller is trying to get closer to Pedro Aguiar, but Pedro Aguiar was fastest than Marcel Miller in the last lap. There is a battle. Rodrigo Melo is behind Marcelo Hahn. This is Rodrigo Melo, number 29. Ahead of him is Marcelo Hahn, and then it's Nelson Monteiro. Like I said, Nelson Monteiro have to make a drive-through, so that's not considered. This is João Barbosa. Then behind João Barbosa, we have a number 116 with Marcelo Hahn, exactly. João Barbosa, Marcelo Hahn. And look at the try from Rodrigo Melo. Rodrigo Melo trying to find a gap there, and that's Werner Neugebauer advancing. Werner Neugebauer, he's coming with car number 8. He just overtook Lucas Salles in the 70.
14th.
Yeah, and he will battle with all this group because he's coming faster than all of them. Werner Neugebauer set 1:37.535, and all the drivers ahead of him are with a time of 1:38 and high.
Yeah, and Christian Hahn, they're cruising. You see there Nelson Monteiro serving his drive-through. Came back right in front of Leo Sanchez. And Christian Hahn, Sergio, his last lap, 136.3, his best lap in this race. And the only driver who is also running on 136.3 is Enzo Elias. So the kid has some good pace, Sergio. He's right now closing in on Renan Pizzi. He might even be in a very good position depending on the draw for tomorrow's race, Sergio.
Yes, we see already Rodrigo Melo ahead of Francisco Horta. Now Werner Neugebauer just overtook Francisco Horta. Francisco Horta is the yellow Porsche. Behind him we see Lucas Salles. And now Werner Neugebauer is going after Rodrigo Melo. Rodrigo Melo is 12th. He has not been able to get to Marcelo Hahn. He's trying really hard to get to Marcelo Hahn, but right now he's not. And look there, that's Francisco Horta trying to get back his position from Werner Neugebauer, but he's not able to. The blue Porsche there is Marcelo Hahn. He's ahead of Rodrigo Melo, and ahead of both is João Barbosa. That's a very, very good battle there.
Yeah.
That's the battle of the race, Gustavo, because first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, they are isolated. They are in their positions. João Barbosa is really holding his position there. He's 10th. And then behind him, it's Marcelo Ram. Let's see again, that's Rodrigo Melo. The first car here is João Barbosa, then it was Marcelo Ram and Rodrigo Melo.
Chico Horta, Werner Neugbauer diving in on the outside there to make the overtake for the for the 14th position. Then he overtook Chico Horta there for the 13th position. So the biggest mover here in this race. Look at that, Sergio.
Wow, that's impressive. Look at Rodrigo Melo. Rodrigo Melo is on the right side, trying to get position side by side with Marcelo Ram. Let's see who gets first. Werner Neugbauer is already ahead of them. And Rodrigo Melo overtakes Marcelo Ram. Let's see if he's able to keep. And then right behind him, Francisco Horta also overtakes Marcelo Ram. Too bad for Marcelo Ram. Lucas Salles goes wide. Lucas Salles. He goes wide. Let's see where he comes back. Wow, that's a good battle. And here's Werner Neugbauer getting the position from João Barbosa.
Ooh, hit. They hit. They touched each other.
They touched each other. That's Francisco Horta. Wow, everybody avoiding Francisco Horta.
Francisco Horta and Marcelo Ram.
Yeah.
And I think as a cohesive movement, the race director should also punish Marcelo Ram because there was no window there for him. And he went diving on the inside of Chico Horta and ended up hurting Chico Horta's race.
Yeah, yellow Porsche is Francisco Horta. Then Marcelo Ram is the blue one. Let's see what happens. Rodrigo Melo is ahead of them. Lucas Salles is the green and orange Porsche. He's trying from the outside there. He goes wide. That we see Lucas Salles.
You see there.
And that was before. Oh, look at that. And that's when Marcelo Ram touches Francisco Horta. And it was incredible how they avoided Francisco Horta.
Yeah, wow. And that's the worst type of crash you can have, Sergio. The T crash, right? That's the worst type. Thankfully, they avoided there. See Enzo Elias on Renan Pizzi, Sergio.
Yes, and Alceu Feldman is right ahead of them. So it's Alceu Feldman, Renan Pizzi, and Enzo Elias comes. Enzo Elias tries in the inside. He can't make it this time, but he still has 9 minutes to go and to try to overtake these two cars. And then it would be Miguel Paludo. This is battle for 5th position. We have 5th, 6th, and 7th right there.
And since Renan Pizzi, Sergio, is obviously a big Jurassic Park movie franchise fan, he is being hunted right now, but he is also hunting.
Yes. Oh, again now a problem with Eduardo Menossi. Edu Menossi getting out of the track. There you see Renan Pizzi right between the drivers Alceu Feldman and Enzo Elias. Again, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
And Werner Neugbauer, the fastest man on the track right now, 137.2. He's already in 10th, Sergio.
Exactly. He's already top 10 for Werner Neugbauer. He who started in 22nd. He's the driver who most advanced in the race. Goes to the inside Alceu Feldman, then Renan Pizzi. It will be hard for Enzo Elias this time, Gustavo. I think he's able to overtake Renan Pizzi, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, there's still 7+ minutes here to go, so he has a lot of ground to make up. Let's see here. And Werner Neugbauer just set up his fastest lap of the race, 137.0. So look at Enzo Elias.
Yeah, he goes from the outside. Enzo Elias not this time. Oh, he might goes from the outside. He tried in the inside, went to the outside. Let's see what he'll do. It might be now, Gustavo, as they get after this section of the racetrack will hit the main straight, which is it's not exactly straight, but it's the main straight, where the drivers really go fastest in the racetrack, and that might be his opportunity there, because at this point it's very hard to overtake, Gustavo.
Yeah, and they are in the Mergulho, now in the Junção, the last turn before the main straight. Let's see here if Enzo Elias can get close enough to maybe try to overtake Renan Pizzi down at the end of the straight, because Renan Pizzi is always getting slipstream from Alceu Feldman.
Yeah, Renan Pizzi got really well in the main straight, and might not be this time for Enzo Elias. Great work by Renan Pizzi. Enzo Elias gets close to him at the end of the straight, but is not able to overtake this time. And with this, Gustavo, Alceu Feldman gets a little bit ahead of the drivers behind him. A little bit. And Miguel Paludo is getting closer to Marcel Miller. Miguel Paludo is closing to Marcel Miller. Incident between the cars of Marcelo Hahn and Francisco Horta is under investigation. Well, let's see if there is any decision. Let's see what Enzo Elias does now, Gustavo. Oh, look at that. Battle for third position with more than 5 minutes to go plus 1 lap. Miguel Paludo is really getting close to Alceu Feldman. One more opportunity for Enzo Elias. I have the impression, Gustavo, that Renan Pizzi does that very last sector before the main straight a little better than Enzo Elias. So he is in a very good position in the main straight. And that's João Barbosa being overtaken by Marcelo Hahn. Marcelo Hahn trying to get back the positions he lost after his touch with Francisco Horta. Vernon Neugbauer is 9th. So he's already advancing more and more.
Yeah, if he can gain one more position, maybe with the luck of the draw, he can start on pole for tomorrow, you know. But Roman Jimkiewicz is too far away from him. It's almost 7 seconds, so basically impossible at this point. But even so, very good race from Werner Neugbauer.
Another driver who is having a great race is Giorgio Frangoulis. He started in 24th, he started dead last, and right now he's 15th. Though he was able to get lots of positions, he got 10 positions, which is really great. And look at Miguel Paludo. He's right behind Marcel Miller. There is still time for Miguel Paludo to try to get the third position.
Yeah, on the last lap, Marcel Miller won 37.393 and Paludo won 37.249. So Paludo is gaining ground here, and it seems like Marcel Miller is losing a little bit of pace here to Paludo with 3 minutes to go. Let's see if he can hang on here.
This is the engineer for Miguel Paludo. Ahead of them is Pedro Aguiar, who has been in second since the beginning, the start of the race. He started second, he's still second. And that's the race leader, Christian Ham.
Very sublime performance for him, not threatened, not even by close from Pedro Aguiar. So very, very cool and easy race for him. He surely made easy for himself. So great race so far by Christian Ham.
That's Enzo Elias. They are still trying to get the position from Renan Pizzi. Ahead of them, Alceu Feldman opens a little gap between him and Enzo Elias. So Alceu Feldman might be guaranteeing the 5th position at the end of the race. We still have time to go, but Renan Pizzi He's having a great defense work.
Look at that.
Gustavo, not this time. No, he's defending himself very well. Enzo Elias is losing his patience. He goes from the outside, he goes from the inside, and tries everything to get over, to pass Renan Pizzi. He's in better position now, Gustavo. He's really close to Renan Pizzi. It might be this time that Enzo Elias get the position at the end of the straight. It will be in the break zone. Let's see, this is the public. Enzo Elias, let's see the image at the end. No, Renan Pizzi stays there in the position. He holds Enzo Elias. There we see Pedro Aguiar, Marcel Miller, and Miguel Paludo. Go ahead, Gustavo.
I was going to say maybe now at the end of the Reto Oposta, but still not. So Enzo Elias might have only one shot here in the next lap. Let's see, Sergio, because we're down from 1 minute left to go, and there's another lap after that 1 minute the clock expires. So
again, Enzo Elias opens a little bit there. He's right behind Renan Pizzi. He's trying to set up a moment. Renan Pizzi is really holding well on the outside. Enzo Elias, this is battle for the sixth position, goes wide. Renan Pizzi, he does a little bit of a mistake, but stays in the inside. He recuperates. Renan Pizzi, awesome. Driving by both drivers, Gustavo. It's incredible. What a battle. And Alceu Feldman now definitely opens a gap. He's in the 5th position.
yeah, so Renan Pizzi here might be an easy prey for Enzo Elias. Let's see, 2 laps to go here, Sergio. Actually, this is the last lap. Yeah.
Exactly, last lap for Enzo Elias. You have only this opportunity pretty much at the end of the straight. Then he might have another one side by side. The true touch. Enzo Elias gets the position.
Wow.
That would have been his last opportunity, probably side by side. I think he lost his... someone there lost the mirror. Look at that. I think it was Renan Pizzi. Look at how they touch. Or not. No, he didn't lose. Just side by side. Wow.
This is the best overtaking. Look at, I think it's his girlfriend. We saw there's some cursing from his girlfriend. We could definitely read her lips. And look at that.
Look, Christian Ham with problems. Christian Ham with problems. It's Pedro Aguiar behind him. That is for the 1st position. Something happened to Christian Ham. Let's see if it's a major problem or if he's able to recuperate. 1, 2, 3, and 4th place together. Goes to the end. Christian Ham is glad this is the last lap. He opens a little bit over Pedro Aguiar. Something happened to Christian Ham, but he's able to recuperate. He will get the checkered flag now. Last lap. Oh no, he loses it. Pedro Aguiar is going to win the race. Marcel Miller is going to be 2nd, and Miguel Paludo is going to be 3rd. How bad was that for Christian Ham? And wins the race, Pedro Aguiar. At the very end of the last lap, Marcel Miller 2nd, Miguel Paludo 3rd, and Christian Ham. How bad that can be. We feel sorry for Christian Ham. Had a perfect race up to the end, and Pedro Aguiar gets the victory. Great work by Pedro Aguiar. He was there when it was necessary, and it's his 1st victory this year, Gustavo.
Sergio, I think this is the best race I have ever seen in my life in Porsche Cup. And let's see here, because look at that, something very odd with Christian Ham's car. In the penultimate lap, he was already 2 seconds slower than Pedro Aguiar. So he might have you see there Diego Nunes, his coach. I think he had maybe a problem with the engine or the throttle or something, because you could see that on the main straight he was really slow compared to the others. And wow, what a win by Pedro Aguiar. And Sergio, one thing we know about racing, you can't put all down to luck, because Pedro Aguiar did his best and stayed there in the race all the time, and his driving deserves the credit. Obviously, he wasn't expecting after such a dominant performance from Christian Hahn, but he also deserves credit for staying there. And what an unfortunate event for Christian Hahn. What happened, man? I'm curious to see what happened there. And also, Sergio, Enzo Elias just did the best overtaking I have ever seen in Porsche Cup since we started doing the races, It was an amazing overtake. What an end of race, Sergio.
Oh yes, he started 11th, he finished in 6th, but he had lots of work there to overtake, and he had perseverance there to overtake Renan Pizzi, and Renan Pizzi ended up finishing in 7th, which was a good result as well for Renan Pizzi. He started in 7th, he finished in 7th, so that's it for him. But what an end of the race, Gustavo. Look at everything, looked really, really well for Christian Hahn, but at the end, really he was not able to finish it, and he ended up in 4th. How bad. And that's really good for Marcel Miller, who is the championship leader, and will increase his advantage over Christian Hahn.
Yeah, and Pedro Aguiar gets his first win of the year. In what fashion, right? We can't even say it was in the last turn, Sergio. It was in the last meters, because the last turn had already gone by, So in the last meters, surely Christian Hahn had a problem, maybe with his engine or something. His car is just starting acting really weird there.
There is Pedro Aguiar commemorating his victory, first of the year. And with that, Gustavo, we have 5 different winners this year in 5 Carrera Cup races. So this is really awesome, and it shows how competitive this category is. Pedro Aguiar, who started the race as 6th in the championship with 44 points.
Ivan?
Renata. There you see some battles of the race. Renata will soon be with us. And right after this race, we'll have the Sprint Challenge race from Interlagos.
Eu vou aproveitar a brincadeira que eu não tinha feito antes, então vou fazer agora. Eu acho que tanta gente cantou Acorda Pedrinho, que ele acordou. E Pedrinho, ali no finalzinho. Você nem imaginava isso?
Não, eu não imaginava. No começo da corrida eu consegui manter uma distância boa do Ram. Na metade ele conseguiu abrir um pouquinho, acho que o acerto do carro dele estava melhor. No final eu comecei a chegar, só que não ia chegar a tempo até acabar a corrida. Acho que uma pura infelicidade do carro dele, aconteceu algum problema. E na reta aqui, na última volta, na largada, na chegada, praticamente consegui ultrapassar ele e conquistar essa vitória. Foi muito bom, o esforço, a intensidade foi muito alta durante a corrida inteira, foi uma corrida bem intensa, bem rápida, ninguém errava, todo mundo num ritmo muito bom. Então foi maravilhoso com essa vitória agora acabar, agora acordei mesmo, né? Acabou a música já ou não, tem mais?
Não, tá bom, agora é só curtir o pódio mesmo, parabéns.
Obrigado, viu, gente? Abraço pra todo mundo aí, pra minha família, os patrocinadores, com certeza, por estar me apoiando nisso. E um abraço aí pra todo mundo que tá assistindo a gente. Obrigado, viu?
Ivan?
Yeah, Pedro Aguiar saying that he wasn't imagining he would win this race, but he sensed that Christian Hahn was starting to lose pace, and he said that Christian Hahn had an unfortunate event with his car, and down in the last straight he was able to overtake and get this victory.
And there you see the final results. Pedro Aguiar, Marcel Miller, Miguel Paludo, and Christian Hahn, the top 4. Then Alceu Feldman, Enzo Elias, Renan Pizzi, Roman Zinkiewicz, Werner Neugebauer, starting from 22nd, finished 9th, and Lineu Pires in 10th. Lineu Pires, Roman Zinkiewicz was the best driver in the sports class, and Lineu Pires the best driver in the rookie class. Then we had Rodrigo Melo, Franco Giafone, Marcelo Hahn, Frangulis, Lucas Salles in 15th, then Bruno Campos, João Barbosa, Edu Guedes, Nelson Monteiro, and Eduardo Menossi rounding the top 20, with Francisco Horta, Paulo Souza, Gustavo Farah and Leo Sanchez. These were the 24 drivers who competed in this race. And here we have the winners for the overall Pedro Aguiar Carrera Cup, Roman Zinkiewicz in the sport class and Lineu Pires in the rookie class. Great work by Lineu Pires and by Roman Zinkiewicz. Congratulations to all three of these drivers. And there you see, Gustavo, a very important battle right in the beginning of the race for the third position between Miguel Paludo and Marcel Miller.
Yeah, and Sergio, one of the greatest races, the best race I've ever seen in Porsche Cup here. I don't remember such an eventful race like we had here. So, can you imagine what can we expect tomorrow for race 2 of this weekend, Sergio?
Yes, and there will be the inversion of the grid. We still are going to find out from which position to which position. It's a draw, right, Gustavo?
Yeah.
So, and there we saw the touch from Nelson Monteiro over Leo Sanchez.
Porque, enfim, a equipe dele não estava por perto, mas ele teve um problema na bomba de combustível, Ivan e Thiago. Então foi isso que deu aquela balançada no carro ali bem no finalzinho e por isso que acabou comprometendo a vitória dele.
Yeah, and Renata saying that Christian Hung had a problem with his fuel pump. So, what an unfortunate event, you know, problem with the fuel pump in the last lap of a race that he was completely dominating, was cruising to victory.
Yeah, it was really bad for him, you know. But this is racing, Gustavo. It happens. We've seen worst happening to other drivers. He ended up finishing 4th after all, so it might not be that bad because he will start ahead of Marcel Miller tomorrow for sure. So that might give him a chance to get closer to the championship leader. And that's when we saw he was starting to have the problem. The impression, Gustavo, that after that he was able to recuperate a little bit, but then it turned to worse and he ended up being overtaken by Pedro Aguiar very close to the end of the race, with Marcel Miller in 2nd and Miguel Paludo finishing 3rd. We'll soon have the race for the Sprint Challenge. These are the drivers, the top 5 for the race. And we have there Pedro Aguiar, then 2nd Marcel Miller, 3rd we have Miguel Paludo, 4th Christian Hahn, there is Christian Hahn, and then 5th we have Alceu Feldman. That's Marcel Miller. And then we'll Pedro Aguiar. Couldn't be happier, Gustavo.
Yeah, and he has to be. He did a good job qualifying, maintained his position, stayed there alive in the race, so he deserves credit, even though an unfortunate event happened with Christian Hahn. And the sprint challenge cars are already getting ready there for the race 1 here at Interlagos this Saturday.
Pole position will be Marcelo Tomassoni. He will start first after Caio Castro had his best time disqualified. He lost his lap where he had his best time was disqualified. We're still watching the images of the first race. This is Alceu Feldman. Renan Pizzi was a warrior, Gustavo, holding Enzo Elias. There you see Enzo Elias, but at the end Enzo Elias really had that overtake. That was really, as you said, awesome. An incredible battle for position, for 6th position, with Enzo Elias getting the best of it. That's Roman Zinkevich, the top there, winner for the sports class. Good work by him. And in the second race, the sprint challenge race, Gustavo, you have Nelson Marcondes will start in second alongside Marcelo Tomassoni, the pole position. So we shall have very good battles, Gustavo, also in the sprint challenge.
Yeah, and that's what we can expect, Sergio, especially with the championship battle on the line there with Rajão Mascarello, Eamon Dougherty, and Nelson Marcondes really close there at the top of the standings.
That's Christian Hum, who did everything right until having a problem with his car. So close was Christian Hum to getting a victory, but it was not his day today, so he'll try to recoup to see if he can win tomorrow. Christian Hum, who already had one race.
Notícia quente aqui dos bastidores, o sorteio acabou de acontecer. Teremos a inversão de 6 posições amanhã. 6 posições.
So a 6th position grid inversion here, and guess what, Sergio? Enzo Elias will start on pole for tomorrow's race.
So that overtake was really
crucial.
The most important overtake of the race. He will start alongside Alceu Feldman. It will be Enzo Elias and Alceu Feldman the first row on Sunday's race. Then we have Christian Hum and Miguel Paludo, and then Marçal Miller and Pedro Aguiar. So that will be the grid, the first 6 for the race on Sunday, the Carrera Cup, that our transmission will start at 11:40 a.m. Brazilian time. It will be 10:40 a.m. US Eastern Time. And there we have the grid for the Sprint Challenge race, Tomassoni and Marcondes. Then on the second row we have Daniel Correia and Rajão Mascarello. Sang Joaquin from the rookie class, great work by him, alongside Miguel Mariotti, then Ricardo Fontanari and Christian Moore. Fifth row we'll have Claudio Simão and Caio Castro. Then behind them, Urubatã Júnior and Guilherme Botura. After them, we will have in the 7th row, Gustavo Zanon and Ramon Alcaraz. 8th row, Josimar Júnior and Eamon Darwich. 17th, Vina Neves. 18th, Piero Cifali. Behind them, we will have Junior Dinardi and Nasser Abultaif. And there will be one more car there, which will be André Gaidzinski, starting in 21st and last. So the cars are already getting ready for the start. This will be 5th race this season for the Sprint Challenge. Let's check. Marcelo Tomassoni is ahead with Porsche number 5. Nelson Marcondes 199. And it's green flag. They're already accelerating. It's the start of the race in Interlagos. We didn't pass the line, but they're already full throttle. Marcelo Tomassoni right behind him. It's Nelson Marcondes. Look at Marcondes trying from the outside. He is not able. Good battle for 3rd position. It's a great start there by Tomassoni. Nelson Marcondes behind him. A great start also, Gustavo Faldon, for the 2nd race, the Sprint Challenge race this Saturday in Interlagos.
Yeah, and good start also by Caio Castro. He ended up going a little bit wide there, so he's now under threat, but he started in 10th and now he's in 8th. But look at that.
Wow.
Great overtaking by Guilherme Botura, trying to put some pressure there. And also Urubatã Júnior.
Urubatan Jr., it's car number 1. He started 11th, trying to advance. We have battles all along the track. Marcelo Tomassoni leads the pack. There we have Caio Castro trying to advance. Then behind him is Urubatan Jr. And Christian Moore is ahead of them. And there we have a battle for the first position. Look at that. Marcelo Tomassoni and Nelson Marcondes right behind him. Go ahead, Gustavo.
I was going to say that Tomassoni might be an easy prey here for Marcondes down at the straight. Let's see.
Nelson Marcondes goes for the outside. Marcondes. The brake zone. Marcelo Tomassoni and go Nelson Marcondes. From the outside, he tries one side, tries the other. Third place is Daniel Correia, followed by Raijan Mascarello. Raijan Mascarello behind Raijan Mascarello is Ricardo Fontanari, who is 5th place. After Fontanari, you have Christian Moore and then Caio Castro. That's 2nd place, 199, is Nelson Marcondes. He keeps the pressure over Marcelo Tomassoni. We have there the first 6 drivers. Problems for Ramon Alcaraz. Ramon Alcaraz going off track. 20 minutes to go. Ramon Alcaraz, who started 14th. Go ahead, Gustavo.
I was going to say Ricardo Fontanari with the fastest lap so far, 141.144. And look at the pressure Nelson Marcondes is putting on Tomassoni here.
Battle for first position. Marcelo Tomassoni trying to hold Nelson Marcondes. This is an important battle. Championship leader is Raijan Mascarello. He's coming in 4th. Iman Darwich is coming from behind. He started 16th. For the first position, it might be now the chance for Nelson Marcondes. He's going to try to on the outside again. And look at that, Ricardo Fontanari gets the position from Raijan Mascarello and is now in 4th position. Great work by Ricardo Fontanari. You were saying that, Gustavo. Ricardo Fontanari is very, very fast. He overtakes Raijan Mascarello and now he's going after Daniel Correia.
And the fastest lap here by Urubatan Jr., 140.435. He's in 8th place. And Tomassoni so far just look at that. And Marcondes is trying to stick up his nose on every little small window that Tomassoni opens up. So he might have to be really cold-blooded here to withstand this type of pressure, Sergio.
And add to the battle Daniel Correia, who is coming in 3rd, and Ricardo Fontanari is already getting close also to Daniel Correia. So we have 4 cars battling for the first position with Raijan Mascarello in 5th. Daniel Correia on the inside gets the position from Nelson Marcondes. Ricardo Fontanari goes to 3rd. What a mistake by Nelson Marcondes. He loses 2 positions in a row, and Ricardo Fontanari is going now right after Daniel Correia. This is battle for 2nd. What a race by Ricardo Fontanari. He's coming on the outside. First is Marcelo Tomassoni. Fontanari side by side. Daniel Correia keeps. No, I don't see. Let's wait. Look at Ricardo Fontanari. He tried as hard as he could, but he couldn't get the position from Daniel Correia. And right now, Gustavo, Nelson Marcondes has Raijan Mascarello right behind him.
Yeah, and Tomassoni is thankful for that because he can catch a breather here in 1st position.
And Caio Castro is getting close to these drivers. He's bringing Urubatan Jr. behind him.
And Caio Castro
Go ahead.
Caio Castro with the fastest lap of the race, 1:40.355. So he's really, he will soon be joining this pack there. We may have a train of cars here, Sergio.
Marcelo Tomassoni is able to open a little bit of a gap to the second place, who is Daniel Correia. Then we have Ricardo Fontanari in third, Nelson Marcondes fourth. Ayjan Mascarello, behind Ayjan Mascarello is Christian Moore. And then we have Caio Castro. Behind Caio Castro, Urubatán Jr. There you see best lap so far from Caio Castro. There he is in his number 22. Ricardo Fontanari is going to try once again to get second position from Daniel Correia. That's battle for second. Fontanari goes in the inside, goes in the outside. Tries from the outside to get the position from Correia. Not this time, Fontanari. But he's giving everything, Gustavo. It's impressive what Ricardo Fontanari is doing in Interlagos.
Maybe here at the end of the Reta Oposta, let's see.
He tries one side, the other, not able at this time. Oh, look at that, Ricardo Fontanari. What a move, what a try from Ricardo Fontanari. And Nelson Marcondes takes advantage, trying to get closer. Look, there is really close Ricardo Fontanari. Daniel Correia, he is doing a great work ahead of him. Fontanari loses a little bit of ground. Nelson Marcondes is behind him. And right now we see Caio Castro right behind Christian Moore. So I have second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth all together. Gustavo Faldon.
Yeah, and Caio Castro with another fastest lap of the race, 1:40.116. He surely has to be frustrated, Sergio, because he had the pole and he ended up losing it because he's showing that he had the pace to win this race here. So with a bunch of chain of cars in front of him, and even though there's still 14 minutes left to go, that might be impossible in his position right now in seventh.
Marcelo Tomassoni started first. He was able to hold Nelson Marcondes in the beginning of the race.
Look at Daniel Correia.
On the inside, now it's the time for Fontanari. He gets the position, second place for Ricardo Fontanari. He is going to go after Marcelo Tomassoni and Nelson Marcondes. Now puts the pressure on Daniel Correia for third position. Ayjan Mascarello, watch. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, Nelson Marcondes trying the inside. He's not able to. And Ayjan Mascarello is right there waiting to see what happens ahead of him. And Caio Castro, we see him going after Christian Moore on the outside, on the inside. The opportunity for Caio Castro might be after the main straight, Gustavo.
Yeah, that might be it. And look at Fontanari already opening up a little bit of a gap there, trying to get rid of this train of cars to go after.
Look at that. Problems for Miguel Mariotti and Junior Dinardi. Miguel Mariotti is the car on your left. Dinardi is the car on your right. And they are not moving, which is not good, Gustavo. Not for the drivers. They look very much okay. But we might have the safety car. That was the problem. Mariotti end up losing ground there. Let's see what happened. And this is André Gaidzinski also involved. And I believe, Gustavo, that Junior Dinardi was coming behind and was not able to open the gap. And we have a yellow flag there. I think we have the safety car. Or it's just a yellow flag. Let's double check. I think it's just the yellow flag.
Safety car.
Safety car. Yeah, they had to put the safety car to take those cars out of the track. That, Gustavo, will put Fontanari right behind Tomassoni.
Yeah. And it's a brand new race now, Sergio. Tomazoni has to feel sorry. Look, both cars already walking out their own, so the safety car will probably be very short period here. And Tomazoni has to feel sorry for that because he had a good 2-second advantage, and now they are all sticking up together once again, and the audience is surely hoping for some overtaking here down in the last 11 minutes.
Safety car, so all the cars will start together, single line, but for sure to be a great opportunity for Ricardo Fontanari, who is currently second in the race. We saw the problem involving Miguel Mariotti and then Junior Dinardi. This is the onboard from Marcelo Tomassoni, who leads the race. Some of the moments of the race so far. That's Caio Castro ahead of Urubatan Jr. Behind them we saw Sang Ho Kim. Sang Ho Kim, who is currently 15th. He lost 9 positions since he started. And the leader in the rookie class is actually Gustavo Zanon. Sang Ho Kim had a great qualifying effort. He started way ahead of Gustavo Zanon, but right now he's behind Gustavo Zanon in the battle for the rookie class. In the sport class, Guilherme Botura in 9th is the best driver up to this moment. And we can see by these images, Gustavo, how hard it is for these drivers and how competitive is the sprint challenge.
Yeah, for sure, Sergio. It's a very balanced series, and it always gives us some great racing. And we are having a great weekend here. Thankfully, the rain went away and the track is drying out, so there's no more rain for today. And the weather predictions always says that is also saying that there's no more rain for tomorrow. So these guys can go full throttle here with their car. We see their images from the race. See Daniel Correa just sticking his nose up here on Nelson Marcondes, who ended up losing 2 positions in the same turn here.
Yes, it's not been a great race for Nelson Marcondes. He started second. Right now he's in 4th, but you still have time to recuperate until the end of the race. You see the safety car. First is Marcelo Tomassoni, then Fontanari, Daniel Correa, Nelson Marcondes, and Raijan Mascarello. It will be a great opportunity also for Caio Castro, who is coming in 6th. Let me double check, but Caio Castro is showing yes already ahead of Christian Moore. So he was exactly, so Caio Castro was able to overtake Christian Moore during that moment that we had the accident. We're looking at the accident. Probably it happened at that moment that Caio Castro took 6th position.
Oh, look at that! Look at
Wow.
that! Wow, Daniel Correa.
What happened? What
He
happened?
lost it.
Wow.
He and Nelson Marcondes, I believe they touched.
Yes.
I think they were a little bit hasty there. They just went full throttle when it wasn't necessary. Look at Caio Castro and Raijan Mascarello.
Caio Castro, he overtakes Raijan Mascarello, and that's the end for how
Daniel
bad
Correa.
was that for Daniel Correa.
And another yellow flag here, obviously.
Yeah.
You can't have a car in that position. Yeah, another safety car. Too bad, because they were going to go for the full throttle. Then they ended up, I believe, touching with each other in a very heavy crash for Daniel Correa. And thankfully, he's all right. Once again, proving the safety from these Porsches, these Porsches, because look at that. Oh, it was Fontanari. It was Fontanari.
Yeah, because they were getting ready to restart the race.
Yeah, and I believe
I believe
Fontanari was weaving to warm up his tires. Let's see here.
Yeah, that was really
leaving to
weird.
No, he lost. Yeah, he lost the rear. Yeah, Fontanari
then-
lost the rear. He probably went on the throttle too early there and lost the rear and tried to adjust it, and then ended up hitting Daniel Correa, went straight into the barriers. Wow, what an unfortunate event for Daniel Correa.
And with all this, we have Raijan Mascarello in third and Caio Castro is fourth, with Christian Moore in fifth. So Raijan Mascarello took advantage of that, and now he's in third position. Well, everybody behind them got advantage. Eamon Darwich, Gustavo, is in eighth right now. He started 16th. So great effort by Eamon Darwich. And there we see again the car from Nelson Marcondes. Wow, that was incredible. We see again Daniel Correa, Ricardo Fontanari. Oh, there was something on the track there, Gustavo, because see, Nelson Marcondes had the problem regardless of the problem ahead of him. So there was some oil there, something was there at that point of the track.
Yeah, might be, or just a little wet puddle, you know, Sergio. You can never tell in these conditions, and they probably went on the throttle too early there.
Yeah, but it's weird, you know. Yeah, it might be for sure something there, but they were racing before there, so because we saw two drivers in a way got distracted with that, which is kind of not expected, you know. And there you see, actually, Caio Castro is third, Raijan Mascarello is fourth. So just
great race from Caio Castro.
Should Marcelo Tomassoni be worried, Gustavo, with Fontanari and Caio Castro right behind him? There you see Marcelo Tomassoni, then Fontanari, Caio Castro. Let's hope we are able to restart this race soon. Races are 25 minutes plus 1 lap. And Marcelo Tomassoni is trying. He is right now 6th in the championship, and he didn't win any race yet this year. He was second, Marcelo Tomassoni, in the first race at Velocitar. He got second place. It was his best result so far. He is 6th in the championship. So it will be a great opportunity for Marcelo Tomassoni to advance. Now we have the drivers again. We will have a green flag or...
Green flag.
Green flag again. That's the battle for first. Battle for first. There we have Tomassoni right behind him. Ricardo Fontanari, then Caio Castro. Urubatán Jr. overtakes Christian Moore. Great work by Urubatán Jr. Right now he's in 5th behind Raijan Mascarello. More problems going on. Wow. That's with Piero Cifali. Piero Cifali going off track. We remain green, Gustavo. We remain green. And look at Eamon Darwich there, right behind, right ahead of Bottura.
Let's see if Piero can move himself out of there. Otherwise,
safety
there you
car.
see another safety car.
Wow, 3 safety cars in a row. Safety car is going to wait for the drivers.
And let's see if he can move out of that position.
That's Tomassoni. That's Tomassoni. That's Tomassoni. Yeah. Is it really? No, it's not. Can't be Tomassoni. No, this is what brought the safety car. An accident involving André Gaidzinski with number 14. It was Cifali and Gaidzinski, Piero Cifali and Gaidzinski.
It's Tomassoni and Fontanari. Look at that.
Tomassoni under the safety. Look at that, the touch
Fontanari.
that Fontanari. Wow, Fontanari, yeah.
I think it was Fontanari's fault there. Green
Wow.
flag already.
A green
Caio Castro
flag.
is leading.
Caio Castro is the leader. Urubatan Jr. is right behind him. Urubatan Jr. on the inside gets the first position. Caio Castro goes wide. Urubatan Jr. He was too fast there. And Caio Castro is going to win this race. Incredible. Ricardo Fontanari goes wide. Ricardo Fontanari goes wide. Eamon is fifth. Christian Moore is third. Reijan Mascarello is fourth. Look at that. Reijan Mascarello on the outside of Christian Moore. Christian Moore is this blue, white, and orange car. In the back we have some green. And Reijan Mascarello right behind him. And Eamon Gustavo, is fifth.
What?
Would you believe that? He is
What a race.
16th.
Sergio, 15 minutes ago, I said that Caio Castro was not had to feel sorry because he wasn't able to win the race because he was in seventh. And now he's winning the race, Sergio.
And Reijan Mascarello overtook Christian Moore. So Reijan Mascarello gets one more position. And he goes to third right now. So he was able to recuperate. This is Christian Moore, number 03. Behind him is Eamon Dawich.
Sergio, who would have guessed? Caio Castro does the pole. He gets his pole overturned because of something irregular. And now he's starting in 10th. And with all that events, he's now leading the race with 1 lap to go and just sets the fastest lap, 1:40.067. What a weekend for Caio Castro.
And a great race for Urubatan Jr. as well. He started 11th, right behind Caio Castro. This is battle. Eamon Dawich tried to get the position from Christian Moore. This is battle for 4th position. Eamon Dawich loses a little bit of track there. Behind him is Guilherme Bottura. Guilherme Bottura, and behind Guilherme Bottura is Vina Neves. Look at Vina Neves on the right side, gets the position from Guilherme Bottura. Great work by Vina Neves, number 20. He goes to 6th position right now. Vina Neves, who started the race in 17th. Those who started behind are finishing first. Gustavo Faldon, that's incredible, with 2 laps to go.
That's Caio Castro. That's Caio Castro.
Caio Castro is having a problem. What's going on? Reijan Mascarello and Urubatan Jr. also lost position to Reijan Mascarello. Wow. It's crazy, this race. Let's see Caio Castro if he's able to remain in the first position. And then behind him is Urubatan Jr. and Reijan Mascarello. And Christian Moore is trying to get the position back from Reijan Mascarello. What's going on? Wow.
We see there the replay, 2 crazy Interlagos races here.
Yeah, and that's the moment that number 17 of Ricardo Fontanari got a touch from Eamon Dawich.
Last lap.
Now we are back. And then Caio Castro ahead of Urubatan Jr. Reijan Mascarello is in third. I think those were recuperated images, Gustavo. But anyway, what a battle happened there. And that was the moment that Caio Castro was able to get ahead of everybody. Incredible work. And now Vina Neves is coming after Eamon Dawich. Side by side, Vina Neves is able. Vina Neves is going to get position from Eamon Dawich. Incredible work. Eamon Dawich has no space there. Vina Neves side by side. Vina Neves gets the position from Eamon Dawich. Wow. Incredible work by Vina Neves. And now Urubatan Jr. puts all the pressure over Caio Castro, who is going for his only 2nd win in Sprint Challenge race. But it's only his 2nd year, Gustavo, so it's his 2nd win. Great work by Caio Castro. Caio Castro is going to get the checkered flag for his 2nd career win. Urubatan Jr. is going to finish second. They started 10th and 11th. Then Raijan Mascarello, who started second, will finish third. There we go, checkered flag. Caio Castro wins in Interlagos in the sprint challenge. Urubatan Jr. second, Raijan Mascarello. Then we have Christian Moore and Vina Neves in fifth. What a race, Gustavo Faldon. What a dispute for the first position, and what a turn of the events in the last laps.
Two crazy races here at Interlagos today, Sergio. Caio Castro gets the pole. The pole is overturned. Look at the audience enjoying it. The pole is overturned. He starts in 10th. It seems like basically impossible. He would even get into the top 3. And all of a sudden, boom, he's there in first for 3 laps, and that was enough for him to get the win. It seems like the win was supposed to be his after all, Sergio.
Caio Castro, great win by him. He started this race at 12th, in the 12th place in the championship, and that definitely will help him advance. Might get a few positions there, and we can consider after this race, we can consider definitely a challenger for the championship. Gustavo, it was a great day also for Raijan Mascarello. He started 2 points ahead of Eamon Darwich in the battle for the championship, and he finished the race ahead of Raijan Mascarello. Even though Raijan Mascarello had a great race, I ended up finishing, Eamon Darwich had a great race, he ended up finishing behind Raijan Mascarello. So he will lose ground in the battle for the first position. And there comes Caio Castro. I don't think, Gustavo, anybody would guess Caio Castro would finish first after starting in 10th. Great work, Caio Castro. Second win for his career. He's an accomplished actor in Brazil, and it's showing he is a very great driver as well. The public likes what they see, you know. Look at that, Gustavo. Look at that. The crowd, everybody is going to photograph with Daniel Pires. And he's going to wave to the public. It's a popular driver, Gustavo.
For sure, for sure. Look at the crowd, just ecstatic with his win. Great driving by Caio Castro, great driving. His second win here in Interlagos in 2 years, so it's a beautiful weekend for him. It wasn't supposed to be like that after he got punished, but
Renata is waiting to interview Caio Castro. Let's see what he'll have to say. Yeah, he's racing to the inside. Wow. What a great work by him. And that's Ayrton Senna. To the left, that image, some of the images of the race.
Ivan?
That was San Joaquin going wide right at the beginning. and Caio Castro starting very aggressive, already getting position since the start of the race.
Agora eu acho que eu corri mais do que ele na pista. Atrás dele eu fui, porque ele esqueceu de mim e foi pro pódio. Parabéns, cara. Que corrida. Toca. Excepcional. Muito bom. Fez a pole, foi punido e fez essa recuperação. Qual a sensação, cara?
Acho que é igual da outra vez, né? Não sei. É 10º, cara. Como eu te falei, eu já vim daquela corrida largando de último, pegando um pódio. Eu falei, cara, dá. E deu.
Parabéns. E dedicação ainda, né?
Sim, hoje é aniversário da Daiane, minha namorada, e essa vitória, e essa pole, e essa volta mais rápida, hoje é pra ela.
Dedicadíssimo. Agora vai pro pódio correndo. Valeu. Ivan.
Caio Castro saying he was starting in 10th and he already had a podium after starting last. And he was saying to himself, it can, and he was able to accomplish that, and he's dedicating this victory to his girlfriend Diana, who is the birthday girl of the day, Sergio, this Saturday.
Yes, this is the final result. Caio Castro, Urubatã Jr., then Raijan Mascarello, Christian Moore, Vina Neves, Eamon Dalrich lost position to Vina Neves at the very end. Then Guilherme Botura, he won the sport class. After him we had Josimar Júnior, Cláudio Simon, Ramon Alcaraz. Then Nelson Marcondes, Gustavo Zanon, Nasser Abul Taif, Ricardo Fontanari ended up finishing 14th. Sang Roquin, Miguel Mariotti, André Gaidzinski, Marcelo Tomassoni, Piero Cefari, Daniel Correia, 20th. Those were the top 20 for this race, Gustavo. And second win in Caio Castro's Porsche career in Brazil. Great work by him. And that was interesting what he said, really, Gustavo, that he thought he could do it. And he kept focused on that mission. And of course, the turn of events helped him. But he was having a great race. He was there to take advantage of the problems ahead of him.
Yeah, and that's racing, Sergio. It ain't finished until it's over. And he stayed there, did a good job. And even though when he started the race, he was in 8th and 7th, he was already putting up fastest lap of the race. So he showed that he had a very good pace, you know.
There you have Caio Castro. The second was Urubatã Jr. I was impressed too by Urubatã Jr.'s race. Then in third, Raijan Mascarello. He was the survivor, Gustavo, of the top guys starting the race. Raijan Mascarello was the survivor. Then fourth was Christian Moore. And fifth, on your right side, you have Vina Neves. Raijan Mascarello, Gustavo, was the only driver that started in the top 5 that finished in the top 5. All the others went to behind. This Sunday we will have the second race for both Carrera Cup and Sprint Challenge. The second race of the weekend is starting at 11:40 a.m. Brazilian time, 10:40 a.m. US Eastern time, and then 2:40 p.m. GMT time. This is the Porsche Cup C6 Bank Mastercard 2022, and the winner was car number 22 from Caio Castro in the Sprint Challenge. A great Saturday of racing. We first saw the Carrera Cup race, a great race as well, with Pedro Aguiar finishing at first at the very end. The race was led by Christian Ham, but Christian Ham had a fuel pump problem in the last lap that gave the opportunity for Pedro Aguiar, who was second, to finish first, followed by Marcel Miller and Miguel Paludo, with Christian Hahn finishing fourth and Alceu Feldman finishing fifth. And then with the inversion of the grid, on Sunday we'll have Enzo Elias, who finished in sixth, will start in the pole position with Alceu Feldman at his side. So we are set for two more great races this Sunday, Gustavo.
Yeah, for sure, Sergio. I mean, they set the bar very high for tomorrow with the drivers with their performance from today, because we had two fantastic races in both Carrera Cup and in the Sprint Challenge. But we can expect more of the same because with the green version, so we can expect some great racing for tomorrow as well.
That is Guilherme Bottura, who was the winner for the sport class. Great work by him. Guilherme Bottura, who started this race 13th overall in the championship. Certainly it will help him a lot in his battle for the Sprint Challenge Sport Championship. He is third. He started this race in third behind Ramon Alcaraz and André Gajzinski, and this will put him in the battle. We have also the rookie class with Gustavo Zanon winning in the rookie class. This is the podium for the rookie class for the Sprint Challenge. There he is, winner for the rookie class. So that's it, Gustavo. We had two great races and a great Saturday of racing in Interlagos. With the drivers. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say great racing, and we can expect more of the same. We also wait for the
Na
same
verdade, eu nem
public
sei
that
onde
will
está
see
meu
with us
câmera, que deve
today.
estar fazendo captações de
Let's
imagens do
hear.
pódio, mas eu fui
Renata
atrás da
here.
informação que a gente quer saber também sobre a corrida de amanhã, com a inversão de grid. O sorteio, o resultado do sorteio foi 8, então teremos a inversão de 8 posições.
So an 8th place green version for tomorrow's race in the Sprint Challenge, Sergio.
That means that Josimar Júnior will be the pole position for the race tomorrow, with Guilherme Bottura at his side. Then in the second row we have Eamon Darwich and Vina Neves, then Christian Moore and Raijan Mascarello, and Urubatan Jr. and Caio Castro rounding the top 8 for the race, for the Sprint Challenge race on Sunday. That will be really, really nice to see two drivers from the sports class starting in the first row, and they will have to battle they will be challenged by 6 drivers right behind them from the Sprint Challenge main class. So it will be really, really tough for these two drivers, but I'm sure they will work hard to stay in front. Josimar Júnior, he started in 15th in this race and finished 8th. So he had also a great race. And with that, we will be saying goodbye to you. Thank you to everybody who watched us for this first race of the third round of the Sprint Challenge and the Carrera Cup race. and we'll see you again on Sunday for the second race of the third round of 2022 in Interlagos. Thank you very much. See you all.